I said that I was going to do a Liz Truss on YouTube. That's what I said in one of my previous. It's actually what I said in a discussion I posted on here a week ago. That was going to do a Liz Truss on YouTube that was going to stop posting stuff. Well, it's been a week since I posted anything. So a week is a little break, innit? I'm normally posting stuff on it all the time. Well, that's what I have been doing lately, anyway. But this is another discussion on time travel, and I don't know if anyone watches the. I don't know if anyone is an avid viewer. I'm an avid viewer of Doctor Who. I started watching it when I was a child. I think there was a time when I was a kid when my parents didn't have a television, so I wasn't able to watch it. But before my dad got rid of his television, I don't think I ever missed an episode of it ever. But I've just watched the Power of the Doctor, the latest episode of it, and there's she was supposed to be regenerated into this the 14th Doctor, and the 14th Doctor at the end of it, the 14th Doctor was supposed to be played by this Scottish Rwandan actor, who I can't even pronounce his name. Apparently they have decided not to do things that way. She's regenerated back in. She's regenerated back into one of her old selves, one of her previous incarnations. The actor who's playing the 14th Doctor is David Tennant, and he was the 10th Doctor, but she's. I don't know how it's supposed to be possible for a Time Lord to regenerate back into one of their own selves, but it's actually happened. At the end of the latest episode, she regenerated. Jodie Whittaker was regenerated back into David Tennant again, and I'm going to put a video clip of it in the description below. And David Tennant is going to do 3 specials in November next year, and then for the Christmas special, he's going to regenerate into this actor who's playing the 15th Doctor, who's Scottish Rwandan, and I can't pronounce his name. Anyway, that's enough about Doctor Who. That's just fiction. The point I'm trying to make is, could time travel ever become a reality? And the scientist Stephen Hawking once remarked that it's likely that time travel never will be possible. Otherwise, we would have been invaded by tourists from the future. But I think in this time period, we don't understand everything yet. That's what I think that the reality is. At this point in time, our race doesn't understand everything yet, and theoretically, time travel into the future could be possible if you could travel into space at vast speeds, closer to the speed of light. If you could go off into space and travel at vast speeds, closer to the speed of light, and then come back again, the time, the time, it's called time dilation. The time that would have surpassed on Earth will be far greater than the time that would have surpassed while you were up in space. And you would have travelled into the future. But it's probable that probably that'd never be possible anyway, because we'd probably never be able to travel at those sorts of speeds, and the sort of speeds required to do that. But there could be any one. There could be any one of a number of different ways that time travel into the past. I'm talking about backwards time travel. There could be any one of a different number of ways that time travel into the past could be possible. It might not be possible within our own universe. I mean, there's with backwards time travel. There's always the paradox situation of where you could travel back in time and kill your grandfather, and then which would have prevented you from ever existing. So how if you don't exist, how could you have killed your grandfather? So there's all sorts of paradoxes here. Well, if time traveling into a different universe would be possible, those sorts of paradoxes wouldn't exist, because there could be parallel universes where our past is their present, and you could travel into a parallel universe where, say, that they were awake behind us, or that they were 2 or 3 years behind us, or they were 200 years behind us, or whatever. And what you did in that other universe wouldn't have any effect on what happened in our own universe. There are other possible ways in which time travelling to the past could be possible. It's when you think. My friend was watching one of my YouTube clips recently, and he says, "Look, we've travelled through time." And then it suddenly dawned on me that he was right. That we were travelling through time. We're observing something that had happened in the past. And with a camera, ever since man invented the camera, he's been able to do that. He's been able to see events reproduced on a photograph or a film or a TV program. He's been able to see events reproduced that have happened in the past, and you're seeing that event recreated exactly as it originally happened. So in effect, ever since man invented the camera, he's been able to travel through time in that respect. Well, when you come to think of it, that could the camera could actually pave the way for time travel, for backwards time travel into the past, to become a reality into the future, because you could record. You could have an actual time period recorded on some sort of I don't know, what do you call it? Like onto like videotape or something, and it could be possible to travel back in time to the time period or the event that's been recorded, and you're actually existing in that reality. And with the technology of the future, it could be possible to do that. It's like it's like I can record things using a computer. I can record things onto a USB stick. Well, you may be able to record actual events onto a USB stick, or record a certain time period, a certain point in time onto like a sort of USB stick in the future, and you could actually recreate that event or that time period and travel into it, and it could become your reality. You might not be really existing in it, but it's all very complicated. Really, you might not you might not really be existing in that time period. Literally, it might be just recreated. It's once again, the paradoxes that come up with time travel wouldn't apply, because you wouldn't really be existing in that. It's just that time period or that event would have just be recreated. It's all very complicated, but I think the camera and the cameras and the USB sticks that we've got now could be paving the way for time travel into the future. And it might be impossible to travel back into this time period, because the technology that would enable you to do that hasn't been discovered yet. So that's why we haven't been invaded by tourists from the future. And I can't think of any other way. I can't think of any other ways besides this. Of any other ways besides that time travel could become possible. Those are two methods. The only two methods I can think of are travelling into a parallel universe where our past is their present, and or recording, being able to record a certain event, or a period in time, and being able to recreate that event or that time period as our reality, and travel into it, and it could become. It might not be a reality in a literal sense, but we would be travelling through time. Anyway, it's all food for thought, isn't it? I won't be posting stuff as often on YouTube as what I have been doing, but it's been a week since I last posted, so this is just an interesting discussion. It's just food for thought, isn't it? Right, bye.